Hello? Oh, man. Okay. Oh, fuck me. Okay, all right. I have to do all of this over again. Okay. Um, God almighty. All right, cool. Jesus Christ. Okay, so let me just start over us and go through this as quick as possible. All right, so apparently I didn't pick up my mic, and I should have double checked that from the beginning. I'm controlling. I need to make sure this didn't pick up my mic. Hold on a second. Hello? Great, I didn't pick up my mic at the beginning. All right, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna stress. Great, I didn't pick up my mic. Yeah, I did pick up. All right, fine. All right, I'm not gonna stress. It is what it is. Okay, couple things I'm gonna go through real fast. I'm just gonna actually, you know what I probably do is just go through it at the end. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go through it at the end. Okay. Actually, I'm just gonna say it real fast. Okay, so, I saw your post, yada yada yada, all that BS. Okay. When we play support, we focus on agency through consistency. Okay, until you get to the top 0.5%, that's all that really matters is agency through consistency. Okay, what does that mean? That means that you're not putting yourself in harm's way in terms of putting your agency in harm's way, not your life, but your agency. Okay, and so when I say that, I think of that in like football terms. You seem like a guy who might know what football is, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go through that term. That's the way terms I usually use. So when support to keep our agency, we're focused on decision making, positioning, mechanics. Okay. And if you make a failure in one of those three categories, you're essentially making a pick. And the pick is you're putting your agency to play the game and to carry the game through consistency in the enemy's team to punish you. Okay. And if the enemy team punishes you, then that becomes a pick six. That's where you basically take all of your agency. You let the enemy team take it from you, and the only way to get that agency back in the game is through your teammates making up for your deficit. And we don't want to do those types of things because our teammates are not guaranteed to be better than the enemy team, or to be equal to the enemy team, and sometimes it can be even worse. So, in order to win games through consistency, we have to be that defining factor that constantly is having more pressure than the enemy team through our consistency. Because the enemy team, no matter what, if they're at your rank, they're going to be making mistakes, and they're going to make those mistakes that your team and you can exploit when you see them, and it's going to give you more and more advantage to winning the game. The thing is, I was going to review some of your earlier game. I looked at the earlier games. The one where you played against the Black Panther, I checked him already. You'll see that in the VOD where it's silent, but basically the Black Panther's a Smurf, so there's no point in VOD reviewing that one. There was another game that I was going to look at, but I think there was something weird about it or whatever. And it was the Tank Emma game I could have looked at, but I don't. I'm really just gonna focus on support here. Okay, so let's get to it. Let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's get through this. Usually I end these replays if I see three pick sixes, but this time I'm gonna kind of go through the whole thing because it's domination. So whatever. I'm looking to see what you do on Invis and how you play this. I'm a Celestial Invis, Celestial support, Celestial fucking Cloak and Dagger, so I can go through all your Cloak and Dagger and Invis games, all that good stuff or whatever. But I saw your post and I kind of want to help out because I think being able to see this stuff through the lens of a high elo player can really help people when they feel like they don't really have control over games. So let's look at this. I make sure this thing is still something weird about it. But okay, it's cool. It's good. It's good. And it's Krakoa, so I really love this map. I love the music. All right, let's see how you play this.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, good. You know to jump in. I like that. You know to jump. You could try to. I'm not gonna worry about bunny hopping. That's too advanced. All right, let's go. Okay, keep your eyes on the prize. All right. Okay, good orb. Okay, you hear this person behind you. You need to react to this. Oh, I hear his footsteps. You should too. Let's see how you play it. Okay, you put your shield out. Okay. Okay. Okay, he's dead. Nice. Okay, this is good. Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay, good. Okay, good. Ooh. Okay. Alright. Let's talk about it. Your blue team. Okay? Alright, this is pretty good until your group gets pulled off, whatever. Not so you're playing against a BS Spider-Man. Okay. So when this happens, you need to recognize that this guy has gone in the training lab and learned this bullshit move. Okay, so he can do the long pull. What that means is you have to stand very carefully versus him. Okay, you cannot stand here. You need to stand like pretty much here the entire game, because this guy can long pull on Spider-Man, unfortunately, and it means that you're not going to get to play the game um, the way that you want to play. Okay, you're just not. This is one of Spider-Man's most bullshit mechanics. And on this map, it's one of his bread and butter. So you have to stand over on this side, a little bit closer to the side. This might be too dangerous too. The long pull on this map is really bullshit. But anyway, all right, let's see how you play this. Okay, so the first thing I'm noticing is you're still using Sue like you would in older patches. Um, you're kind of, and where the fuck is your Emma? The hell is your Emma at? This chick. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. Again, we can't control our teammates, but um, you should be using your shield on yourself, essentially. Your shield is on cooldown, so I want to see you pop it as soon as you have a chance to. Let's see this. Okay. Okay, good pull. Okay. And your blue team. So all of your okay. So here's the first thing, here's the first positioning error I see. Your cloak throws down her magical bubble of healing. Get in this bubble. Get in this bubble. This bubble means that you don't have to worry about your HP as much while you're inside this bubble. And it means that you can play more freely with less stress while you're in this bubble. Your Emma should be running for this bubble. Not sure why she's not, but it is what it is. We can't control her, but we can control you. Get in this bubble. If you die here and you're not in this bubble, it's a pick six. Just so you know. This is a pick positioning error. You should immediately be moving into this bubble to try to use this bubble for many reasons. Second, yeah, so, yeah, just that. That's the first thing, is use that bubble. And Emma's low, so you're going to have to throw your shield on her, probably. Okay? Cloak does the literal thing for her, saves her life. This is good. Okay? All right, so here's the thing. You don't play in your own shield. You can go to your shield. Your shield is not just for whoever you're throwing it on. Like, you put your shield here, why not, like you could double jump if you really wanted to, or why not walk forward and come in, like, you see how Cloak is playing in her bubble? This thing heals her. She can play in it more freely. This is like free healing, free space to play in, right? You can play in your own shield. Like, your shield is here, but you're like standing back because you don't want to walk into it. Walk up for your shield. Get close to it. This shield does not just heal her. It can heal you too. And can protect you. Like, see, you're getting hit for free here because you don't have anything. Like, okay, well, they're like, we can't hit the shield. We can't hit Emma's shield, right? Cloak bubble, you really can't kill in, right? They're just going to hit you because you're just sitting out here in Narnia. And you should die here. And if you die here, this is a pick six, by the way. Okay, so see this? Look. You jump. You double jump. I don't even think you double jump. Did you double jump? You did double jump. Look at this. So, again, when we talk about, like, we can't do anything, look at this. Look at what you're doing. This is a pick six if you die. This is a pick in general. You don't walk into the cloak bubble. You don't walk into your own shield. You don't walk behind the Emma shield. And instead... Hold on a second. Fuck, I don't think I can. Hold on. Why are you awake? Wait, just text her back. Okay, you don't walk into your own bubble, into her bubble. You don't walk behind shields. You don't walk behind the Emma shield. You're just out in Narnia. So you're just going to get shot and killed and focused here. This is a throw from you. This is bad positioning and a throw from you. And if you die here, this is your fault. And you're basically throwing the game if you die here. You have 3 avenues of protection in front of you, and you're choosing to walk away from them. Let's see if you die, which you should. You've isolated your team, and that is a pick six. And so when we say we can't carry our teams, you just threw your teammates' game, essentially, because you just randomly died in Narnia, and now what I bet is going to happen is your team is going to fold, and they're going to lose this point. Let's see. Now, there's an argument to be made that if Cloak is a better player, she can recognize that you're off in Narnia and positioning really, really weird. Maybe even shout on the mic, Invis, what the hell are you doing? Get over here. Get to the bubble. Get to the shield. Get to your own shield. There's an argument she can make a lot of things, or Gambit or Cloak can make up for your lack of good positioning and spam heals and try to save you. This is what better ELO players do to carry teammates who do things that you're doing right here. But you're at the same rank as these guys, and they don't know that. Just like you don't know where to position, they don't know how to make up for your lack of positioning. Because they're not climbing, probably just like you're not climbing. So, You're die. And what's probably going to happen after this is they're going to die. And you're going to create something called a stagger where your team effectively loses the point, unless they're just better, which they might be, but I don't think they will be. And your team is going to lose the point through raw numbers, and this is going to result in you being in a deficit. Let's see what happens here, though, okay? Let's watch what happens from here. One dead, one Cloak dead, one Daredevil dead, one Emma Frost about to die, and all of your team has wiped, basically, and lost the point because you died. That agency was lost. Now, let's see if you recognize that your team is wiping because you died, and if you're going to back up and wait for your team to respawn and not stagger yourself and give the enemy team more time on the clock. It looks like you're still W keying forward, which is not good. Let's see if you can bail your team out. Okay, is this guy going to live? Okay, Daredevil is very close to dying. Okay, Daredevil lives. All right, now let's see if we can resustain. Okay, pull this guy in, maybe. Okay, he dies here, should be. Nice, good pick. Okay, now you know your teammate just died because you look on the top right, and we can see that our teammate died. So it's a 5v5. We can still push. Let's see what you do. Okay, you're off in... Never mind, I'm not going to say it yet. But you are off in Narnia. You are very off in Narnia. You could move your shield with you. You could put your shield on Emma. You could put your shield away. You know you've been hit with a spider tracer, so you need to be ready to jump away as soon as you get hit, as soon as Spider-Man jumps in on you. Let's see what you do. Do not waste your double jump, okay? You get healed up because your team heals you. Cool. By the way, seeing a problem already. Why is this still back here? Recall this. You need to recall this. This is what value is your shield getting right here? Recall this shield and let it heal up so that you'll be able to use it when you need to use it for Emma and you. You should be recalling it the instant you're done with it. This is definitely a decision-making thing. Okay, he jumps in, whatever. He's bad at Spider-Man, holy fuck. But anyway, let's go. Okay, now what I don't want to see you do here is waste your ult. And I'm hoping you're not going to do that, but let's see what you do. Okay, this is accomplishing nothing. We can't do this. This is a waste of time. You need to be, like, I don't know what you're looking at here, but we should be looking this way and looking straight up. Okay. Let's see. All right, we're moving up. Okay, the shield, you don't need to use like this. Okay, so, like, you throw your shield out. Throwing your shield out in front of your tanks like this can be very bad because it's just going to take a bunch of focus fire and instantly die. And both of your tanks are full HP, and you're running triple heals. These guys are okay. Don't waste your shield like this. It instantly blew up and it got no value. You should be looking to put your shield in situations where, like, your tanks are really critically low and need to save them, or DPS is low and need to save them, or you need it for yourself because you can self-shield now with those buffs. Or you could shield a Groot over here, kind of put it back here so it's behind a wall so it's not easily broken as quickly. Right? Because it's basically a free cloak bubble if it never gets shot. Okay? All right, so you get vulmed by this cloak. What do you do here? All right, you're jumping ahead of your tanks. You just jumped ahead of your tanks. If these guys are good, they're just going to kill you instantly. This is a pick 6. Okay, you ult. There's a lot of wrong with this. First thing being, if their Magneto was good, and he had actually built up his ult, he'd fuck you up. Second, because you don't have a double jump, and you don't have a shield to protect you. Second, when we initiate on support with support ults, you're going to get a free pass this game, because you're playing triple support, so it's not as bad. But what you do is you create a domino effect, where if the enemy team has their support ult, all they have to do is wait a couple of seconds and then ult. Third, this support ult in general is bad positioning, because look at what you're covering. You've got most of it back here behind you, right? And you've got very little here. So all these guys have to do if they have a brain is just back up to here and not fight you in this ult. And it will accomplish nothing, because it's not even on the point, basically. It's like very little on the point. It's like right here. It's going to do absolutely nothing. This is not good support positioning ult. This is a waste of your ult, basically. And I bet it's not going to accomplish much, because either A, the other support is going to be, this cloak is going to be like, oh, she ulted. Well, I've got a counter ult. And she's either A, going to counter ult immediately and actually put it on the point, and you guys are going to die if you walk out here. Because look, imagine if Cloak ult here, and she just goes, us against the world. Whoosh. Whoosh. This is a terrible ult if she did this anyway. But whoosh. And she just covers all four corners of this point. Your team ain't walking on this. Because this isn't going to get them any value. They're going to have to stand right here versus us against the world, and they're not going to do anything. They're going to straight up lose the fight, because that heals way more than your ult heals. But let's see how this goes. Oh my god, did you just jump out of your own ult? There's no way. Okay, there's a pick 6 for sure. So not only did your support ult positioning not good, right? It's a throw ult. You basically just wasted your ult, right? You not only wasted your ult in terms of positioning and in terms of usage, but you jumped out of your ult into their entire team. And your team can't even respond to you for this. You jumped above and around your tanks as well. You should die here, right? You should definitely die here. And as a result of dying here, you're going to do that thing again we talked about at the beginning, where you're going to stagger your team, and somebody else is probably going to die, and then you're going to lose more time on the clock. Let's see how this goes. Okay, you jump back into your own ult, then don't die instantly. Okay, your ult's gonna fall, and their cloak is probably gonna ult and kill you. Let's see what happens. Okay, you are really fucking close, by the way. Look at this. You are right beside your tank. You have no protection in front of you. Look at where your cloak and gambit are. They're a little bit safer. They're farther back. Their positioning is not as good, right? I'm sorry, the position is not great, but their positioning is not as bad as what yours is. You are in fucking front of everything and asking to die. And if you didn't have these two probably covering for you, you probably die. Let's see what they're looking at. They're looking at their tanks, but I bet they have to look at you at some point. Let's see. Us against the world. What do you have to counter it? Nothing on your team except for Gambit. Let's see if Gambit counters this. Nope. So, okay, let's talk about it. This is why we don't stand in front of everybody. Because you're standing in front of everybody, you now put yourself in a position to get picked. Because you're going to get hooked by Bucky. And your cloak, this is unfortunate, Lemmings, she sees you do this and thinks that it's safe to go here. She doesn't recognize what good positioning is, I'm guessing. So she thinks, oh, I got to walk and help my invids. I got to walk in his invids. We got to be buddies together. If this was me, and I was in your elo, I'd be like, oh, my invids is fucking trolling. I don't know why she's down there in front of the whole team like that, but good luck, buddy. And I'd be back here with Gambit, like behind this shield, behind this wall, playing the game. You two jump into horrible positioning land together. She's come to join you, and you should die here for this. And it looks like Bucky recognizes that you two are trolling. And so because you two are trolling with your positioning, I mean, obviously you're not legitimately trolling, but you are in terms of actions, but you don't know it, right? Because this is, again, at this elo, you don't know. And when you want to climb, you need to learn these things. You're both about to get fucked up. Let's see it. You both get pulled. Okay, you both should die instantly. Your team should get staggered, and you should lose this point still. Let's see. And you die. And so now that you've died, your team should stagger, right? And you should lose even more time on the clock. Let's see what happens. Cloak dies with you. Emma dies. And Gambit dies. So because of your actions just now, you have now cost your team 1 point objective, time percentage, and 2 point time objectives, time percentage. Okay? And remember what you said about how your teams are hard and how you don't think you're the best player or whatever and that thing. I get it. But the only consistent factor in these games is you, okay? And I could review more games, and I might review another game just to show you, but people are creatures of repetition and habit. So if you're doing it in this game, in, like, Silver, you're doing this in every game outside of this also. This isn't like a bad game type thing. Bad games happen when we get in positions that, like, we deal with hard situations. This is you repeating the same offense twice and getting blown up for it and costing your team the map. Okay, you jump through. You don't have anybody with you. Let's see what you do here. Because if you jump on this by yourself, you're cooked. And by the way, this is horrible positioning for Invis. Because you can't do anything with this. And we'll talk about... let's get into it real quick. Okay, why is this bad positioning for Invis? Because your attacks pierce and heal. And they bounce. And you want to... you have nothing to heal here. I don't know what you're doing here. Let's see what you're doing here. What are we doing? This is weird. I don't know why we're not just with our team. Okay, so Spider-Man should just see that you're up here and troll and come kill you. Okay, he doesn't immediately. It's just kind of crazy. Also, okay, your Daredevil gets blown up because I don't know where his heals are, where his team's... What's going on here? Okay, let's see what happened with him. Okay, he jumps in. Where's his cloak? His cloak's in Narnia. Can't heal him. His Gambit's in Narnia, can't heal him. And you're in Narnia, you can kind of heal him. Let's see if you do. You don't really have line of sight of him. You try to save him, but he's jumped in by himself. And so he's dead. Invis ults. And your cloak ults at the same time. Does your cloak instantly die to Magneto? Let's find out. Okay. Your shield. No? Okay, you push this guy back. You honestly should have pulled this guy in, maybe. Oh, no, you have nobody with you, so never mind. Okay. Let's see. Okay. 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 A couple things to work through, right? Let's talk about mechanics. Okay, this Groot, when this happens, these guys are also hit by cloaks, capes. They're all taking 30% more damage, basically. You need to spam your damage on these guys. Like, these guys are in a perfect position to die. You're still looking over Narnia. Like, look, okay, you're double jumping. There's nothing to double jump here. You double jump a little too much too, by the way. But when this happens and you get this perfect setup, bro, blow everything you've got. You've got your pull. Your pull does a lot of damage. Use your abilities. Pull these guys. Like, do everything you can to help secure these guys as kills with your team. You're still jumping. And you die. Okay, so this is bad positioning, once again. So let's talk about it. Okay, I'm not really sure why you're jumping into the middle of the mix like this. Look at this. You're jumping into the middle of everything. I know your team's doing this, but if you want to climb, you can't do this. Just stand over here, bro. Stand over here. You still get the same effect. And you get the vision of whenever the Spider-Man goes for whatever he's about to go for, right? You can push him. You can put a shield up to save him, save your team from him. You do a lot. You should not be this deep in the mix. And now because you're this deep in the mix, you're going to die. You're going to die. And also because you wasted your double jump. If you had a double jump up, you could probably double jump away from this and actually get away. But it's okay. You're going to die. And you've died here now. Okay, cool. And your team is going to kind of hold the point, but they get pulled off the map by the Spider-Man again. And the Spider-Man's not a smurf. It's just a dude who's watched who's labbed and who's practiced in the practice tool, learned the long pool, and knows that he can do it on this map to people over and over again. That's all it is, and nobody understands how to play against it. Okay, you're here. Are you going to take good positioning? Okay, you're in kind of deep. You're in kind of very deep. You can't see anything. Okay, let's talk about it. As a strategist, we want to be able to see what's going on. When you walk in this deep like this, you cannot see anything on the left, anything. You can only see what's in front of you. We need to stand in a location where we can actually canvas the battlefield a little bit more. So look at where your Gambit's standing. Still not great, but at least he can see this, and he can kind of... It's still not great, honestly. Your Gambit's not playing in a good place. Your Cloak is probably better off, is where we're looking at. Look at your Cloak. She's in an acceptable position. She can see the whole battlefield. She can see Spider-Man over here. She can see all this. And if somebody kind of peeks over this corner, she can see when them walk down the corner. Now, is she going to stand there forever? Probably not. She's probably going to move because she probably doesn't know any better. But she's in a decent spot. You're so deep in the mix, you can't even see this Spider-Man right here, brother. And you probably should die for this because you're so deep in the mix, they can just focus fire you. Like, when you stand this deep with your tanks, the enemy team doesn't have to think, are they going to hit you or their tank? They're just going to hit you at the same time and kill you. And then your tank's going to die shortly afterwards. You should die for this. Let's see if you do, though. Look at this. Look at this, brother. This is very important. Look at this. Okay, you see how Marissa said you're standing in the mix and you're asking to die? The only reason you don't die here, because this is a pick, what you're doing right here, what we talked about. The only reason you don't die here is because their Bucky is incompetent and misses. Or that's it. This is what I'm going to say. You're doing a pick. You're doing something that's very bad, that if the enemy team decides and can punish you for it, you lose the game. You get pulled here and die again, you lose this game. Again, this game is over. Your team is going to immediately wipe afterwards, just like they've done the last 2 times, and the game's over for this round. You did the same. You're doing the same thing you did in the last 2 deaths, but this time you don't get punished immediately because Bucky's going to miss this. Look at this. Bucky misses. That's it. That's all it is. You did the same thing you died, the same way you died the last couple times. Bad positioning, but this time you just don't get punished. So because you don't get punished, you still think it's okay to do what you're doing. And that's how we don't want to play. And you can see these guys over here. These guys don't matter. You need to be looking at your tanks, though. But you need to be standing in a way where these guys can't punish you. You're not going to kill these 2. What are we doing? Look at your team. Heal your team. Heal your team. Heal your team. These guys don't matter. Unless your team goes on them. Okay, and this is also bad positioning because you're against a Spider-Man who can long pull. He can, if he wants to, pull you off the map. And you're attacking these guys. But it's like, what are you hoping to do? You're in the mix. You're really deep in the mix. Your target positioning is kind of weird. Let's see how this goes. You're deep in the mix. Do you die to this? You do, because you're too deep in the mix again. Okay. Let's talk about it. You stand so deep in the mix. And you're not thinking about pushing Spider-Man away when he ults. You're not even thinking about his ult being a possibility. Also, you could have lived here. Did you move your shield to you when this happened, or are you just leaving it over here? My brother in Christ, reposition your shield. You actually probably could have lived. Your cloak is trolling, by the way. She's never gonna kill him in this. But she doesn't know any better. This is Silver, so she doesn't know any better. Realistically, this is not your cloak's fault. Because again, everybody's at this rank. We're focusing on you. But your cloak technically could have just literally cloaked one time, faded. I don't know if she had it. Let's see if she has it. She could have faded. Yeah. She could have faded, and it would have covered you. And as long as you didn't attack or do anything dumb, you would have basically been faded for his entire ult. Or, dropped her bubble. Whatever. You still would both. And you don't move your shield. Look at this. You legitimately don't move your shield. Gambit tries to save you two to make up for whatever this is. And you don't move your shield. Your shield is still over here. You're not moving your shield at all. You're just going to die. You try to double jump back. You don't move your shield. And you die. And so if you had moved your shield, you might have lived through this. Gambit might have lived through this. And Cloak might have lived through this. Because you would have absorbed at least 80 damage of the burst. And it would have healed you for some. This is on you. This is on you. This is definitely on you. For bad positioning. For not having decent mechanics to move your shield to kind of in decision making to try to salvage yourselves. And Gambit tries to save you both by dashing in poorly, but he tries and he pays the price for it for trying to cover up for you guys' mistake with his life. Okay, and you're going to lose the point here, and it's going to cost your team the map. Right? Team should pretty much wipe here. And then they take the map and they win the game for this round. Let's see. And so, yeah. Cool. And the reason why this stuff matters and why it seems like games are so weird for a lot of lower elo players, I mean, I say this all the time, is because all of you guys are doing this kind of stuff consistently and you're never understanding what's really going on. And so some games you don't get punished and it feels like I had a great game. I played well. I had a great game. I did everything right I normally do. And then some games you get punished and it's like, oh, I had the worst game. I don't know what went wrong. I did everything I normally do. If you do everything wrong, typically, like if your fundamentals are bad and you do everything wrong, but you don't get punished, you're never going to learn, and you never realize that the fundamentals are the reason why you're losing, you're not going to change them. If you can always stand in spot A and miss and land 50% of your shots and miss 50% of your shots, you're just going to think you have off days and good days. You're never going to realize that you just start standing in spot B where you can land 60% of your shots and miss 40% of your shots. Because it's just not something that naturally comes to people. These are conceptual things that you really kind of have to learn through building the understanding. And sometimes you can build this understanding through other games. Like I played League, so I built this understanding through League a little bit. Some people played Overwatch. But if this is your first hero shooter or something like that, game like this, you're not going to have that understanding. What the fuck? Okay, why is this bad? All right, let's talk about it. Okay, sorry, that caught me off guard. So, the reason why this is bad is because you never want to do this on a domination map. Why don't you want to do this on a domination map? Let's say you drop your ult here and you guys get a pick and you start getting pressure on them, right? The issue is that thing at the top that says the mission area does not unlock for 13 seconds. Even if you, Hold on, I gotta make sure my thing is still recording. I really don't want this to fuck up. Okay, perfect. It says, even if you kill everybody, it's not gonna matter because the mission point has not been unlocked yet, which means that the time you get on the clock from ulting here and taking the point is not significant, which means they can come back with their ult and immediately destroy you. Also, I cannot stress this enough. Do not initiate with your ults like this, like randomly. This is an advanced mechanic that you don't do until you learn the very niche reasons why you do it and how you do it. You just don't do it. There's no point in doing it. Do not initiate with your ult like this. You are not at that level to where you can even begin thinking about doing that. Do not do this. You probably have seen high elo players do this, and they do it because there are rules that say you don't do it, and there's times where you can break the rules to try to gain advantage. This is not one of those times, and I'm telling you now, don't do this. Save your ult. This is going to do absolutely nothing. Maybe it kills somebody, but it's not going to give you time on the clock. Let's see what happens. Let's see if anybody dies anyway in it. Nobody dies. Your team kind of gets advantage. And now immediately afterwards, that your ult is wasted, their Bucky can actually ult, and he's going to probably kill somebody. Let's see. Maybe he won't. Maybe your Emma will stop this. Okay, you get lucky and you get bailed out by this Emma ulting and stopping the Bucky shit. If this doesn't happen, then Bucky ults, he might kill your team, and that's it. But if you had saved your ult and waited, Bucky would have ulted, wasted his ult into your ult, and then you could probably kill Bucky. Or you've at least wasted Bucky ult. But luckily you got lucky, and Bucky ulted, and Emma counter-ulted. Now what you've done here is you spent 2 ults for the cost of 1 on their team. So now they have 5 ults to play with against you, and you only have 4. And that's something you need to keep in mind. Okay, so their Invis is fucking trolling and ult's behind you. This is going to do absolutely nothing. And she's just as bad. And so she is doing a pick 6 and basically she's giving away her ult. So now it's 4 to 4 ults. So the game is back even because their Invis decided to do something trolling like this. Right? Cool. Okay. Okay. I don't know what this is. What you put the shield up here for? What the fuck? Why is this guy getting the shield up here? He's not even fighting anybody. This is a weird shield. I don't know why he did this. This guy's full HP up here. Your Emma's in the mix. Your Emma's in the mix. Help her out. I mean, she doesn't even need the shield. Realistically, honestly, at this point, you should probably put the shield on yourself. Because there's no one else hitting you, and you're not even full HP. You're 227 right now. I would put the shield on myself. Help your Emma. What's going on here? What are we doing? Okay. Pull. If anybody walks through this door, you're going to obviously pull them in. Okay. That's a questionable force pull. So you probably could have waited for them to get closer, but it's okay. Okay, why are you... See, okay, look. Okay, well, you know what? Fuck it. Whatever. Okay, you keep double jumping. I don't know why you're double jumping like this. Also, stand on the nest. The nest heals you and gives you bonus health. Stand on the nest. See, look. You're off the nest. Get on the nest. The penny web. Not the nest, but the penny web. Right? Why would people... I just realized people really do say penny a lot for everything. Get on the web. Get on the web. The web... I don't know if you read the patch notes or not, but get on the web. The web heals you now and gives you bonus health when you... Like a penny. Like, yeah, see, you're 300 now? You're safer. Also, your shield is up randomly in Narnia. Don't know why it's there. Okay, there we go. Your tanks are there. Help your tanks out. Cool. Good push. But, okay. So, let's talk about it. You're doing a little bit too much losing line of sight. You've been doing this a while on this map. Look. We're looking. We're able to heal. We're looking. Push him back. Push him back. What you do. Good. We don't need to lose line of sight here. What are we doing? What are we doing? You can't see anything. Your penny dies here, this is on you. Because all you have to do is be here and look at your penny, and you could probably heal her. But you're not. So you have to jump back over. And now maybe salvage this. Okay, you throw your shield out again, and it's gonna get blown up. I'm not really... Yeah, I didn't mean it. Yeah. And this guy dies behind you. Okay. You're gonna die if you don't double jump here. What the... Okay, alright, let's talk about it. He's dead. So 6v5. 6v4. We need to be thinking about disengaging. We're not holding this unless we have an ult. We don't have it. We have Gambit, but I don't think we're not going to trust Gambit to ult. We're going to back the fuck away, right? because we got to play our life. Because otherwise, we do something called staggering. We won't do that. You could win this fight if you were. Yeah, you shouldn't take this fight. Don't take this fight. Put your shield up as soon as you have it on yourself. Let's see if you do it. Put your shield. 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 Self-shield. Self-shield. Do you know you can self-shield? 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 No. Okay. I don't think you know you can self-shield. If you don't read patch... if you don't read patch notes, you need to read patch notes. I know this is something a lot of people don't do. If you want to be really decent at this game, you need to read patch notes. Because you could have seen a patch note that says, when Sue throws her orb out and then does a pull, she does an extra 200 damage. And you not know. I don't know why you didn't self-shield during that. You could have probably maybe even killed Spider-Man if you self-shield. And also, then after that ends, you don't double jump and run away. You just die. So this is now a stagger. A horrendous stagger. Luckily for you, Cloak is bad. Even though 3 people are dead on the enemy team, she ults randomly. I don't even know what the ult was supposed to accomplish. Let's go look at Cloak. Why is Cloak ulting? What is she doing? Why is this Cloak ulting here? Why is this Cloak giving away her ult for free? So Cloak should recognize like you guys are down 2 people, and immediately in her brain would be like, the fight's over. We've already won. I don't know what this is. Okay, Cloak panic ults. That's why. All right, so Cloak doesn't recognize that she has Invis with her to help her, and doesn't realize she could just literally throw a bubble down, and they could just heal through this ult, and there'd be no problem. So instead, she wastes her ult for free. Okay. I was curious why she ulted. Let's go to you. You're dead. Okay, so you die there. Your team's going to stagger. Okay, we're going back to the mix. Okay. Put your shield away. Good, you did. Okay. Okay. Pull. Pull. Okay, good pull. Okay. Your Punisher's ulting. This means you need to pocket him. Are you going to pocket him? Let's see what you do. Are you going to heal your Punisher? Are you going to focus heal your Punisher? And not let him die while he's killing people? Are you going to put your shield on Punisher? So he doesn't die to the Magneto ult? Are you gonna put your shield on Punisher? Are you gonna put your shield on Punisher? Are you gonna put your shield? Okay, you're not. Okay, cool. All right. So that's a pick 6. Punisher could have lived if you had looked at him when he ulted and recognized that he's versus Magneto, and Magneto's gonna throw a giant orb of molten death at him. And if you put your shield on him, Punisher doesn't die there. It blocks the ult. It's okay though. All right, let's keep going. Okay, I don't know what this was. This was not good. Let's talk about it. We go in, and we're holding our ult. We shouldn't ult here, by the way. Let's be very clear. Ulting here is bad. Why is ulting here bad? Because you're already in a 5v6 situation, so you're not going to get maximum advantage from your ult. All right, you're already losing the fight. Penny is already ulted, so she's already going to get pressure. When we look at games when we look at the game, right? We think of this as a game, a pendulum that swings back and forth. Ults push the pendulum and the pressure on the enemy team to respond. Support ults have the ability to push the pendulum on the enemy team, and the only way to push the pendulum back when a support ults typically is another support ult, which will just put the pendulum in the middle. Penny's already pushed the pendulum on their side by ulting. Why are you stacking your support ult on top of this? And this is also, because you're in this animation, you just die for free to Spider-Man. Double jump? Oh, you don't have it. You're just dead. Completely avoidable. Also, you have shield, don't you? You have shield, bro. Put your shield on you. You don't know you can self-shield. You don't know you can self-shield. This is a recent game. You don't know you can self-shield. You didn't read the patch notes. I don't think I've seen you self-shield once. I don't think I've seen you self-shield once. Okay. And so because you die here for free, your team now is going to lose this fight. Okay. Let's keep going. I'm probably only going to do the one game. Because there's a lot to work with here. This step 1, though, is becoming aware that we are the consistent factor in our games, and we're making these situations through our own actions. This is good, though. Okay, you're gonna help him. Okay. Put your shield away. All right, pull this guy. Pull this guy. Pull this guy. We're in the mix. We're really too close. What are we doing? Are you, okay. I I feel like you watch a lot of streamers and you see them do shit like this and you don't know how to like redo it yourself. You need to go to a practice tool and practice this if you want to be doing stuff like this. And you should be doing stuff like this anyway at this rank. My brother in Christ, you did the same thing you did in the first round. You have effectively jumped over your team, placed a ult really deep in that is not going to do anything for you, that you now have to walk into, and you should die doing this. And you should be throwing the game when you die doing this. But instead, because you're playing in lower elo, you're not going to get punished immediately, and you're going to be able to walk into your ult when you shouldn't be able to. And you wasted your ult, and they're so you counter ulted for free. And you're still standing in the mix, and you're probably going to die here. But let's see. Okay, you put your shield up on Invis, on your fucking whatchamacallit. This is decent. Also, I don't think your Gambit has ulted once the entire game. Holy shit, but the fact this is still close is kind of crazy. Are you going to stand on the penny webs? Are we going to stand on the penny webs? Okay, the penny web's already gone. Your penny doesn't even know that... Whatever. Okay. Okay. Look at this. Remember that thing I talked about how you almost died earlier because it's bad positioning? You almost died again here. Look at this. Again, the Bucky is your same rank, so he doesn't know. And he's not good enough to land this consistently. If he was, he'd just carry this game. But look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You almost die. Same way as you did before. But you get lucky because this guy's bad. That's why I said this is a pick. Because bad positioning puts the agency on this guy to punish you. This guy is too bad to be able to punish you. But if he was, you die here, you lose the map instantly. You lose the game. You get lucky. You miss. You're still in the mix. Way too close. Let's see if your Gambit ults this. Nope. You don't push the Spider-Man back in his ult. Your team dies. And this should be game. And that's game. Alright. I could do another replay, but let's be real here. Is there really a reason to? I'll do another one if you want. But I think this kind of explains why we need to focus on our own gameplay a lot more than thinking about the teams and matchmaking and things of that nature. I'm going to post this now, and we'll see how you respond to it. So, there you go.